let us all do we can to build a better future.
Ryan Grimm and Jimmy Dore. So over the weekend, Ryan Grimm had this big brain, fantastic idea of trying to smear Jimmy Dore. So, FaZe, let's get that video ready. But before we play it, I just want to put in context here so that everyone understands what we're going to be talking about, especially with this whole weird thread that Ryan Grimm posted. So before we play the video, I'm just going to read the tweet. You don't have to show it because you can find the links in the description box for the show notes. What's perhaps the most incredible about this Jimmy Dore video is that he clearly misunderstood Sirota's joke. It's an article critical of Biden's Medicare premium hike, and he writes, "Why did Susan Sarandon do this?" He thinks Sirota is attacking Susan Sarandon, to which I have to say, no. Jimmy Dore is not. Jimmy Dore is a professional comedian. For Christ's sakes, Ryan Grimm, you're going to go after somebody, go after them for their, something else. I mean, the man knows jokes. Okay, I've been to plenty of Jimmy Dore shows. Seen the Jimmy Dore show numerous times. I've been to a lot of comedy shows in my lifetime. But you're missing the mark. And again, you're choosing not to play the full video in its whole context. So let's play this video. Again, this is from Ryan Grimm that he clipped out, wrongly smearing Jimmy.
I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton, which same reason why I shouldn't have voted for Barack Obama. Because Barack Obama was going to do the exact same shit that John McCain and Mitt Romney were going to do, but he was going to put you to sleep so you wouldn't mind. And that's exactly what happened. Barack Obama kicked 5.1 million people out of their houses while he bailed out the banks. Barack Obama took us from 2 wars to 7. Barack Obama tortured Chelsea Manning. Barack Obama built those cages, deported more Hispanics and Mexicans and Latin Americans than all the presidents combined since 1890. This is the shit that Barack Obama did. Barack Obama promised us a public option. We didn't get it. By the way, Joe Biden also promised us a public option. He was against Medicare for all, but for public option. Where is it? You ain't never getting it. In fact, you're going to lose Medicare by voting for this guy. But guys like this are going to keep telling you to do that because he gets paid when you vote for him. That's why. His wife gets paid when Democrats stay in power. His wife is an elected Democrat. Of course. So if you keep listening to guys like this who get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep you inside the Democratic Party, you're going to keep being poorer and broker. Or if you listen to Shama Sawant, who actually has integrity, unlike this guy, she'll tell you the truth, unlike this guy. And the truth is, the road for progressives inside the Democratic Party leads to a graveyard and less Medicare, less Social Security, more war, and lower wages. That's what voting for this fucking guy does. And when this guy's telling you that because he makes money off it and doesn't give a shit how fucking broken you are, because he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars every fucking year off of Bernie Sanders' campaign, off of all kinds of bullshit that you have no idea about, and he'll never feel the pain of this Medicare cut. He'll never feel the pain of your Social Security cut. He doesn't give a shit if we have a $15 minimum wage or not. He'll never feel the pain of any of it, which is why he's comfortable enough to tell you to keep voting and doing the exact same thing. He's telling you to punch yourself in your fucking face. That's what they're telling you.
Okay, so first of all, again, Jimmy Dore's on point with that video because, first of all, hell's the Democratic Party, right? But context matters. Context definitely matters. So, we're going to play this video, but I'm going to read the tweet in the video first, right? So, it says, and a quote, there we go. It says, Ryan Grimm deceptively edited my video and does an entire thread based on a lie that I didn't get the joke. Which, again, Jimmy Dore is a professional comedian here, folks. He knows what to do, all right? He knows the environment. He knows that's his backyard. David Sirota's strong tweet, see? He's making a good joke, but then David is going to tell you to vote for the MFer. Hashtag Grimjob. So let's play the video. It's just going to be a few short seconds just so we can get context of what led into that other larger video that was being played. So let's play it.
Hell, David Sirota, strong tweet. David Sirota Strong tweet. He says, why did Susan Sarandon do this? You see, he's making it's a good joke. But then David Sirota is going to tell you to go vote for this motherfucker.
Right. David.
So this is a guy who's a schizophrenic at best and just a bullshitter at worst, because he's going to tell you to vote for this guy. He's already doing it. Hell.
All right, so let's pause it here.
David Sirota.
So that's what led to the original 2-minute video that we saw playing earlier. So what's going on here? Well, we're going to pull up another tweet here. But just to get context here, Ryan Grimm has been invited to be on the Jimmy Dore show, to which, Ryan Grimm refuses to respond. Ryan Grimm refuses to engage with Jimmy Dore, but more than happy to go on other shows and start smearing Jimmy, putting him in a bad light. But at the end of the day, is Jimmy Dore wrong about criticizing the Democratic Party? Because I think we've seen all these people carry water for the Democrats, say that we gotta vote blue, we gotta vote for the other guy because the Republicans are fascists. Look, both parties are the same, and I don't care if you're a diehard Republican voter or a diehard Democratic voter. Unfortunately, you're a very good puppet if you believe that voting Democrat or voting Republican is somehow going to make your life better. You are not their number one constituent. The number one constituents for the two-party system, the people like Biden and Trump, which again, there's no difference between the two. They're both the same. They were both the same. They're both deplorable individuals who shouldn't even have the right to run for president. But yet, hey, we live in a neoliberal system. Both those individuals and the parties that they represent, their number one constituents are lobby groups, corporations, the top 1%, big bankers, anyone that's got money, because the Supreme Court legalized bribery. I know AOC's having a hard time sleeping because, it's so corrupt, Congress. The whole system is corrupt. And Jimmy Dore's been calling it out, especially after the 2016 election. And it's okay for Jimmy and a lot of other people to be upset. They have a right to be upset, as do all of you. All of you have a right to be upset. Are our lives getting better because of the Democrats? No. You got Biden in office, and yet he says he can't do anything. Through executive order, he could, again, make cannabis legal, pardon student debt, get us Medicare for all, but he won't do it. Why? Because his whole entire political career was against any progressive policy, anything to make your lives or future generations' lives easier. But yet people like Ryan Grimm, David Sirota, TYT, Majority Report, all these people will tell you, you got to vote blue because we got to stop Trump. See, Trump isn't the problem. He's the symptom. He's the rash, indicating that something's wrong with the body politics of America. And that's what Jimmy Dore's been calling out. And Ryan Grimm and a lot of other people are still upset with it, still butthurt that, again, for this point in time, Jimmy Dore and a lot of other independent media networks have been correct, not just right, correct in calling out the Democrats, correct in calling out their hypocrisy, and correct in calling out the hypocritical progressives in the Democratic Party. People like Bernie and AOC, who carry water for these politicians who don't do anything for them in return. Bernie and AOC get slapped in the face by the Democratic establishment and they just say thank you. I want to pull up this tweet here as well. I think that might not be it, but I think it might be the third link that we have to pull up. It's with Jimmy Dore. Another lie. The reason why I wasn't able to invite Ryan Grimm on the show was because he blocked me, which you conveniently left out of your tweet. You are welcome on my show anytime, but when you were asked to come on my show by other podcasters, you said you were afraid. I remember that. Do you? And it has to deal with the fact that, when Ryan Grimm saying just went to DM and remembered that while he was telling his audience I was scared of him, he ignored my response at the time that I'd answer any questions he had on the show. If you watch his show, he has nothing but contempt for you. That's what Ryan Grimm is saying. But which again, I'm going to reread this tweet from Jimmy. Another lie. The reason why I wasn't able to invite Ryan Grimm on the show was because he blocked me. So Ryan Grimm, you blocked Jimmy. So here's the deal. Ryan, go on Jimmy Dore's show. If you really think you can do a toe-to-toe slug match, a verbal slug match with Jimmy, go on Jimmy Dore's show. Don't just do this little Twitter thread and say, Jimmy Dore just has contempt for his audience. Here's the thing. Jimmy Dore has been speaking truth to his audience about how corrupt our system is. And there's a reason why people are starting to, again, break away from the Democratic Party, but also break away from anyone that's telling us, oh, you got to vote Democrat or even vote Republican. Because the politicians don't like us. They don't respect us. They don't think about us. And with all of that presented before us, why? At any point in time, as us as voters go crawling back to vote for a Democrat or a Republican. These politicians deserve to be criticized, including the progressives in the Democratic Party. Jimmy Dore's been doing it. He's been shining a light on them. Forced to vote. Now, let's be very clear here. There's people like Ryan Grimm, Cenk Uygur, and Sammy Boy Cedar, and a whole other people who are against forced to vote. They kept saying, oh, if we do forced to vote, if we don't vote for Nancy Pelosi, somehow McCarthy's going to become the new Speaker of the House, which was a lie. Or either that, it'll never work. We got to keep our powder dry so that the Democrats can be ready the next time to put Medicare for all on the House floor for a vote. Here's the thing. If the progressives were successful enough in actually twisting Nancy's little haggard arm to actually put Medicare for all on the House floor for a vote, it would have shined a light on the heartless Democratic and Republican politicians that would not give their constituents, their citizens, Medicare for all at the height of a pandemic. It also shined a light on how hypocritical the entire system is. Can you imagine the political ammunition that the progressives could have used against these politicians? Medicare for all, it's a progressive policy, but it's popular amongst, Democratic voters, progressive voters, conservative voters, Republican voters, libertarian voters, green voters, socialist voters. It's a universal, popular policy in America. So at the end of the day, it's just another smear, another hit towards Jimmy Dore. But hey, Jimmy Dore can take the hits. He's from Chicago. And at the end of the day, when we look at this entire chain of events where you have people fighting for the Democrats, know this. Anyone that's telling you to vote blue no matter who, vote Democrat, they're comfortable. Anyone that's going to tell you to vote for a Democrat or even a Republican that has a blue check mark, they're comfortable. They have everything set for them. But they want to make sure that their team wins because it's all about perception and driving their point of view. Don't listen to these people that tell you got to vote Democrat because that's the only option. Don't listen to anyone that's going to tell you to vote Republican because, they care about values. They don't. It's one sick game, and it's one big club. You ain't in it. This is why we need independent media. This is why we need people like Jimmy Dore. This is why we need people like Frank Analysis. Hard Lens Media. You need people like Chicago Corner. You need the entire crew of Revolutionary Blackout Network, the Convo Couch, the Mikasu Casa Network, and so many others. And I'm going to say this here on this show, too. I continue my call for more citizen journalists to step up. Because what we have right now isn't working. We need more people to start speaking truth to power. Because we owe these politicians and all their little blue checkmark cheerleaders not a goddamn thing.